As the cost of living continues to rise, many previously retired workers in Arizona are returning to the labor force as independent contractors doing on-call, temporary, or part-time work, also known as gig work. For many seniors, it's due to their financial situation, but for others, it's just something to do. We learn more about gig work from Goshkarian with the Association for Entrepreneurship USA. Wayne, thank you for joining us in Arizona Horizon. We appreciate your time on us. We're talking retirees returning to work. How common is this?
Well, it's really extremely common today. I think of my grandparents who landed at Ellis Island, and they worked somewhere for 30 years, and they had a nice pension plan and Social Security, and they sat in that rocking chair, and their house was paid off, and life was good. But, so much has changed since then. Many of us who plan to stay at a company for a long period of time get bought out. Our pension plans are not funded properly, one thing or another. Or we just, because of putting kids through school for education and life's challenges, we didn't save as much as we used to, and we get to 65 and we look at that Social Security notice and say, you're going to get $1,700 a month from Social Security, and you say, you know what? I think I'm going to have to go back to work or have to continue working. So I think a lot of people are faced with that today.
What about, and that I understand that for those lower income, even mid-income, for the higher income, though, that are somewhat set as far as retirement, a lot of those folks are going back to work as well. What are the reasoning there?
Well, you're actually looking at one. I retired myself in 2006, and frankly, I got bored. I had two small kids. I was a single parent. I had enough money to sustain myself for the rest of my life. But as the kids got older, I just got bored to death. I mean, we literally spend most of our entire life, adult age, working, getting up in the morning, being productive, social contact with coworkers, having a purpose, and to get up one day and say, oh, you don't need to do that anymore. I'm going to retire. I'm getting my Social Security, my pension checks coming in, the house is paid off. It's boring, to be honest with you. I mean, I went through it myself. So I went back to work. I started another company. I'm 62 myself. I got my notice that I could start collecting at 62, $1,700 a month. And I said, what am I going to do with that? So I might as well continue working and growing a business and enjoying life.
Starting a new business, obviously an option for some, an option for you. For others, though, there's the gig economy. How does that factor into all this?
Well, I think the gig economy, with the internet, smartphones, has really empowered someone sitting at home and earning an income. I mean, it gives you the flexibility of working at home, not having to have set hours, making as little or as much as you want. And I think it's empowered. It's interesting. During the coronavirus, I was at a restaurant, and I asked the waitress, well, what is it like to wear this mask all day long? This is kind of the beginning of it. And she says, well, I sell them on eBay. The internet and the smartphone has changed everything. And just watch an episode or two of Shark Tank. Entrepreneurship, the gig economy, has really expanded in a way to allow almost anybody with a passion or a desire to do something to be able to make money as much or as little as they want.
So with all this in mind, what should retirees take into account when preparing for retirement and maybe looking past retirement and saying, I wouldn't mind getting back into the workforce?
Right. Well, let's take the people that are, we'll call it the bottom two-thirds. The wealthy, they're set, they got their nice houses, maybe multiple houses, and they're just working because they got nothing else better to do and they figure. But those bottom the two-thirds are sitting and saying, well, look, first of all, you should have all your money in the stock market because this stock market can change, and then you've lost most of your assets. So really secure your assets in a more suitable place. But more importantly, think about what are your goals and what's your vision, values, and goals? Are you wanting to travel more? Well, then you have to start thinking about how much extra money you're going to have to make to continue that lifestyle. Many parents, or rather grandparents, are actually taking care of their kids. Their daughter has 2 kids and she got divorced, and now they're finding themselves raising another family. Things that didn't occur when my grandparents were alive. So retirees are facing, in fact, someone in our office, her son, who has 2 kids, just got twins. So now he has 4 children. She's finding herself having to care for them and help with those 4 grandchildren that she has. So retirees are faced with so much different set of circumstances than they did, 30 or 40 years ago.
Interesting stuff. Wayne Goshkarian, Association for Entrepreneurship USA. Sir, good stuff. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.